We'll continue reading the book Spiritual Anatomy by Daaji. Today, we'll be understanding the 5 chakras of the heart region. So, according to Daaji, the 5 chakras, that is A, B, C, D, and at the throat, these all contribute to chest region. They are like a constellation and form a region of consciousness called the heart region. And the heart region represents the 5 elements that we all know: earth, space, fire, water, and air. So Dachi says mastering the heart region gives you mastery over the 5 elements. So heart region is the collective consciousness of the human condition. So mastery over the heart region symbolizes mastery over the human condition. So our spiritual anatomy project, in our transformation, what we are doing is going from the mass to energy to the absolute. We have learned it in the previous chapter. So crossing these heart regions means expanding our awareness beyond the materiality to a subtler level. So the mastering the heart region gives us the momentum. It gives the acceleration to continue your journey to the center. Most of our samskaras are deposited at the heart chakras. And we spend time cleaning this region and allowing the chakras to blossom, giving strength and confidence to our journey ahead. When we cross the heart region, we outgrow the instinctive nature and become a generous and benevolent human being, liberated into a level of consciousness that we could call real freedom. And the real freedom in the yogic term, it is called as either liberation, kaivalya, nirvana, mukti, and so on. Now, understanding the heart region is nothing but understanding the opposites. Okay, opposites characteristic of our world are day and night, positive and negative, hot and cold, joy and sorrow, life and death, etc. The opposites are part of the world's design, and the 5 chakras of the heart region embody this. At each chakra, samskaras of opposite emotions are collected. Now, for example, samskaras related to contentment and discontentment are collected at the first chakra. Similarly, samskaras related to calmness and disturbances are collected at the second chakra, and so on. So, to remember the opposites of them is the 5 C's and 5 D's. Now, 5 D's are discontentment at chakra 1, disturbances at chakra 2, displeasure at chakra 3, discouragement at chakra 4, delusion at chakra 5. Now, the opposites of that is contentment, chakra 1, the calmness, chakra 2, compassion, chakra 3, clarity, chakra 4, and confusion, chakra 5. So these are 5 C's and 5 D's. When we remember this, we will understand that the chakras in the heart regions are the opposites of these things, discontentment. And the sequence, it goes as discontentment, then disturbance, then displeasure, then discouragement, and then delusion. Okay, so giving an example, like consider your job is like dissatisfied and unmotivated. So the first thing, it arises as discontentment, and it triggers samskaras at the first chakra, leading to a energy disbalance, distortion in the energy field. If we left it unchecked, then these emotions can trigger further samskaras, and it can affect your second chakra, causing disturbance. So first was discontentment, and then it moves to disturbances if unchecked. And to keep this from affecting the other chakras, you may change your working style or take help of your colleagues to consider a different role. Now, if the disturbances persist, it can trigger samskaras at the third chakra, leading to prolonged displeasure. And eventually, discouragement at the fourth chakra. And this can leave you feeling blocked and fearful, triggering samskaras at the fifth chakra and causing delusional thinking and mistakes at work. We need to break this sequence by realizing that our chakra is getting affected, samskaras are deposited because we know the feelings from the emotions, and emotions trigger. If it is subtler emotion, it may not form samskaras at the chakras, but if it is major, then it will form samskaras and energy disbalance at the chakra will happen. Okay. So, chakra 1 represents the earth element. So, discontentment and contentment. So, chakra 1 represents the earth. And chakra 2 represents the space, akasha, which has the two opposites as disturbances and calm, 2D and 2C. Then chakra 3 represents the fire, displeasure and compassion, 3D and 3C. Then chakra 4 represents water, Jal Tattva. That is 4D, discouragement and courage, 4C. Then chakra 5 represents air, Vayu, which has two opposites, that is 5D, delusion, and 5C, clarity. We lose control because the samskaras at these chakras are triggering your response. So we need to take care of our day-to-day emotions in our life. How it triggers, whether it is argument, gossip, bad traffic, or anything, it triggers, and then we cascade the sequence of discontentment, contentment to disturbance to delusion. That is the cascade of emotions. So what triggers? Then we have to analyze these events. Why did you lose your composure? What emotional states did you go through it when this triggered? So then we will understand that we are, you know, like a chain reaction, the dominoes, these 5Ds are triggered or activated one after another. Then if you're thinking that the pattern of triggers and cascades of emotion sounds like a primer in modern psychology, you wouldn't be far off. The belief that our past experiences subconsciously determine our experience of the present is a widely held as a basis of most of our therapeutic work. The stronger the feeling in the body, the stronger the emotion. Now, how to overcome the opposites? So, how do we overcome? It is the generosity, to cultivate generosity. Now, we understand generosity as sharing your possessions and wealth with those who may need. But this definition, according to Daaji, is a very narrowed one. Instead, he says generosity of the heart is about how well we accept our differences, isn't it? We know 5Cs and 5Ds. So how we, accept any different opinion of others, how we accept others' mistake, not only others' mistake, how we accept our own mistake, and how we forgive ourselves and also others, how kind we are to others. These all term generosity, according to Daji, in a larger perspective than just giving away your possession and wealth those who may need. The likes and dislikes are reserved, isn't it? We know the pattern of belief systems from past lives, and these things that are embedded in us. So any opinion or any factor which triggers or which challenges our belief system, we are not able to accept it, right? So the likes and dislikes received from others, how we accept it. Okay. Generosity is acceptance of reality. By accepting the reality of life, people, and situation, generosity paves the way for understanding. You now understand why people do the things they do, why circumstances come into life, and the role they play. So you understand yourself better and see yourself fully free from self judgment. Oh, Daji says through generosity, you overcome the sway of emotion and master the heart chakras. So we will be swaying from displeasure to discontentment to calmness to delusion, always we are swaying. So once we cultivate generosity, we can overcome the swaying of the emotions and we master the heart chakra. And according to Daji, once you master the heart chakra, everything else falls into place. So mastery over these chakras means mastery over the swings of the opposites. Now the what happens, how it works, cultivating generosity is now the opposites work together to act as an air traffic control system. So whenever you sway towards discontentment, you have some traffic control system that is in your heart region. You may feel some sensation. So it gives an warning or alarming signals that you are swaying towards, 5D side. So you move to 5C side. So it warns you. So these two opposites, once we get the mastery over the heart opposites, then these opposites work in our favor by generating warnings and issuing alerts when we dwindle or sway in the emotions. And Daji gives an example. For example, when you feel fear emanating from the fourth chakra, treat the feedback with the importance it deserves. It's signal from the heart to avoid an act you may be considering. So maybe you are considering a relocation to your to a different place. So if you feel in your heart a fear and understanding its feedback and importance it deserves, then you understand that maybe relocating it's not your right decision. So when it comes to relationship, when you feel vibration at the second chakra and you feel peaceful and your heartfelt resonance, then this is that relationship. You feel lightness and feeling of softness, that means this is the correct relationship. On the contrary, if you feel heavy and at this chakras, the heart chakra, then you understand this relationship is not the right one. So a good way is in our day-to-day life is to listen to your heart's guidance while making decisions so that you elevate confusion. When life flows naturally, our heart just observes. But when things feel forced or unnatural, the heart chimes in. For example, when we lie, we feel a sense of unease and fear. And our inner voice reminds us that we have strayed from the truth. So, the more we practice listening to our heart, the clearer its voice becomes. So, connect to your heart. Taji says that you will receive the guidance of heart and you may now take decisions or act upon day to day activities with the guidance. And as I explained, the chakras represents the earth, fire, space elements. So to rise above the swings of contentment and discontent, we cultivate acceptance. That is the quality of the earth element. That is at the chakra one. The opposites of discontent and contentment, we cultivate acceptance. By and large is generosity, but for particular chakras, it is acceptance. Like earth, mother earth, accept everything. It doesn't distinguish between who is, taking care of me or not taking care of me. The trees, it just gives the fruits. It doesn't distinguish between who is what and who is. So we have to uh, cultivate acceptance like Mother Earth at the first chakra, which represents the first D, discontentment, and first C, contentment. Likewise, we rise above calm and disturbance. We cultivate peace. So, second chakra is a space element. So, peace. Like a sky, it is always in a peace, right? So, like a sky, Akasha Tattva, chakra 2, we cultivate peace. First is we cultivate acceptance to come out of this swaying emotion of discontent and contentment. For the second chakra, the swaying of calm and disturbance, we cultivate peace. And for the third chakra, we cultivate love, displeasure, and the compassion. We cultivate love. That is the fire element. Then at the fourth chakra, which represents the water element, we cultivate courage. Like water, it goes up and down from the top mountain to the plains. It stumbles upon different obstacles, but that's the courage of the river that it flows wherever the direction changes, but it keeps flowing, right? So that water element courage needs to be cultivated to overcome the swaying of emotion at chakra 4. And then to overcome delusion at chakra 5, like an air element clarity. Air moves, no? Continuously without any obstacles. So that is to cultivate, we cultivate clarity to overcome the swaying of emotions at chakra 5. And then one of the speakers asked Daaji, how do I know I am progressing? So he says the easiest way to know your progress is through two individuals in your life. One is your mother. If your mother says you are okay, my child, you are getting less angry, you are less irritated, you are more regular, you are calm, you are empathetic, and so on, then that indicates progression. When your mother endorses your progress, it is good. Second, if you are married and your partner says, my God, what a transformation. You are more loving. You are not shouting the way you used to shout before. You are not as demanding. That's another indicator of progress. In essence, spiritual progress can be measured by how we behave with family and friends. So that completes our heart region chakra, the realm of opposites. Thank you all for listening and joining and adding your energy. Anyone wants to share any experience or input, please unmute yourself. Udalaji, Manashri, anything you want to add or share it? There are no sharings, then we shall end the session today. Have a miraculous day, and we shall meet in the evening with another master and another wisdom. Thank you all once again for joining and adding your energy.